welcome in. We're doing things today. We are doing some things. All right. Welcome to Craft Around the Clock. Welcome to Kingdom Acres. I am Sandra Waldrop, and we're going to do some crafting. How about that, huh? If you're not in the Craft Around the Clock group, you want to join it. You definitely want to be in there with our crafting sisters doing all the fun things all the live long day. If you have things to do, you're definitely gonna at least want to listen, because these ladies are hilarious. They know like so much. Oh my gosh, I always learn the best things from them. And yeah, you just want to join the group. It's free. Just answer the questions so Miss Tracy knows that you're not like a spammer or a scammer or a jammer or any of those crazy things. Speaking of jamming, okay, I do not live alone in this house. The Waldrop residence is very blessed with a lot of bodies, both two-legged and four-legged. And so at any moment in time, you are very likely to hear a crash, bang, boom, okay? That is because, or a cough or clearing of the throat, or the, it never fails. And so there's gonna be noises. There's gonna be noises. I've got people cooking in the kitchen. I've got people running around. I've got dogs doing doggy things and cats doing cat things. One live, I had a cat catch a mouse. And with this cold weather, we live out in the boondocks, okay? Just fields and things all over the place. And so, hi, Miss Tracy. And so, the colder weather does have the mice kind of looking for warmth. And so we've had some mice in here recently. And this morning I was just, doing my morning routine, and I heard a big crash, bang, boom. And I was like, what in the world was that? And then here comes my cat, who is normally an outside cat, but we've been letting her be inside because she's a good mouser and because of the cold weather. Well, she came with a tail sticking out of her mouth, and she was just as happy as she could be, like a pig in mud. I tell you, she was so happy. So yeah, we're happy that she was able to have herself a treat. I was talking to my friend about it the other day, and she was just so she's like, I don't want them to live in my house, but they're so stinking cute. I'm like, yeah, they are. They're little pushes, but they're a good snack for my cat. So anyways, hi, Angelica. How are you? Well, when y'all come on in, tell me hi, so I don't feel so alone here behind the screen. Hi there, Mama B. How are you? And yeah, talk to me about things. Tell me your life's problems, and let's see if I can solve it for you. Don't just rely on ChatGPT. I'm here too. Just kidding. All right, so we're doing scraps today, and I am the queen of scraps. I don't like to throw anything away. Ask my husband. He is Mr. Minimalism, and I am Miss Maximalism. Whoa, it is very hard for him. Oh, hello, Miss Kim. And so I've got scraps coming out the yin yang, okay? Coming out my ears, coming out my nose, coming out my pockets and my shoes, scraps galore. And you know what? I don't just save my scraps, I save your scraps too. So today we are working with some fabric that I actually found on the side of the road. And I know that sounds gunky, but okay, it was outside of business. All right. And it was like a, kind of like a junk store type business, a boutique-y type junk store. And they were moving stuff out and putting stuff at the dumpster. And I saw them, and they put a big roll of this fabric. Like the roll itself is probably 4 or 5 feet tall. Like it's like an upholstery fabric roll, and this is like, it's got all this pretty like embroidery on it, and I don't know which side is which. Let me see. Oh, that was the back. Here's the front. It's got the pretty embroidery on it, and it's a beautiful mustard yellow, and I just love it. I love it. Hello, Karen. Welcome on in, my fellow Texan. Howdy, howdy. So, we've got my junk scraps, and then we've got my kitchen scraps. We've got my little canning lids. Can y'all see where I'm going with this? I'm feeling very springy. And I know that y'all aren't feeling springy because y'all are living in the depths of winter, okay? But Texas has not gotten the memo. We were supposed to have ice apocalypse. It got cold. It got cold where I'm at, but it didn't ice. It barely like frosted, really. So we got cold. Thankfully, we didn't have any issues with our pipes. To my knowledge, most people were okay. So, did I get anything else on my dumpster dive? Oh my goodness, yes. I got some really pretty doors that go on a cabinet, but they're kind of like wavy, like vintagey. And so I grabbed those. Those are sitting out with my garden stuff that I want to like do like a secret garden kind of vibe with them. I'm not really sure yet. Maybe I'll just like attach them to a tree or something. I don't know what I'm really doing with them yet. What else did I get on that dumpster dive? Do you remember, Lily? It's been a while. Some things have been sitting. But so here I'm very much wanting to plant my seeds, get my garden going. Really, in real life, thinking for my zone, last freeze is usually February 15th. Okay, we are days away from February 1st, 2 weeks off. The almanac says that we will have a late frost, but it also says that we're good to just throw some plastic over it. We're gonna be fine for early planting, and I am here for it. Okay, so I'm gonna get my seeds. I'm gonna get my my dirt, get my soil. I've been planning. If you live local to me, I have been through the Master Gardener course. I kind of know what I'm doing. I've been doing this a while. I can help you if you're wanting to get started. I'm just throwing that out there, okay? I have a little consultation business on the side. If you don't live local, I can't come to you, but we can do some Zooming and things. So if you need help, I've got a little side business going as a gardening consultant, which is like a dream job, right? All right, so we're going to make some little sunflowers, all right? I've got my little scraps here to do my petals, my sunflower petals, but let me show you what we're doing for the center, okay? I've got two sizes. I've got my old used lids and rings. Actually, this lid looks new. How did this end up in there? Is it new? No, there's no way. It came out of my used box. But sometimes I wash my new jars, and then my youngest puts away the dishes, and she just kind of like throws things like where she thinks it goes. She doesn't think, oh, this looks like a new lid. I don't know. Anyways, we're going to use it. This one is most definitely like junky looking used. We don't want to reuse these. Typically, the lids are only good for one-time use unless you buy like the WEC canning system, or there's also like the plastic ones that have like the plastic lids, and then you have the rings that are separate. Those are reusable. These are not. So we can craft with them. We can craft with them. I do save my rings no matter what because I like to buy my lids in bulk. So I do reuse my rings, but once they start getting rusty, I don't really like to use them so much anymore for canning. So, and I don't like to throw things away, so I just save them and I don't use them, except for crafting. So anyways, I hear it's cold everywhere else in the world except for California. Am I correct? I hope not. I hope that y'all are having some springtime fun too. Anyways. Miss Cassandra from Willow Heart Prims, okay? She has these darling little labels that she has sent me, okay? And this is one of the sheets. We are going to be using one of these today in the center of like the ring, okay? So we're just gonna find which one fits the best on this and use it as our center. Isn't that gonna be so stinking cute? I'm so excited, okay? Then I had done some wallpaper in my kitchen, and it's a very neutral wallpaper. Hello, Miss Gail. It's a very neutral wallpaper, and it's something that you can really like zhuzh up quite a bit if you want to, but it's got this really pretty design on it. I don't know how well you can see that. It's just kind of embossed. And so we are going to use that on the smaller one, maybe, okay, because I have another option. You know how I've been on my crochet kick. I go through seasons where all I want to do is crochet, okay, because I'm a Meemaw and I want to just do the crocheting, and that's my life, you know, living on the couch with a nice cup of something warm to drink next to me, and eating my soups and breads and my sweets and just being all fat and sassy, okay? Fat and sassy. And so I was like, well, maybe I could crochet a little center. And I did, and it is absolutely adorable. Okay. Now, it's a little bit bigger. It's a little bit bigger than what I've got going here, right? But I feel like if I stuck it in there, it would protrude enough to make it look even better, So I'm going back and forth between using the wallpaper or using my sweet little crocheted center. So we'll just have to see. Thanks, Karen. So we'll have to see. If you're commenting and I'm not responding to you, it's because I'm not seeing your comment, okay? Facebook likes to play the comment lottery. I don't know why, especially on my lives, because I go back after my live and I'll, you know, heart your comment or I'll respond to it or whatever. And every single time, there are comments that I never saw come through. And I'm looking here and I'm seeing people come in. It's like telling me somebody's watching. And then I don't see a comment from them. And I'm like, that person usually comments, but I'm not seeing a comment. So I'm assuming that it is Facebook algorithm, something tech land situation, okay? I'm very sorry if that is happening to you. I love you all dearly, and I would never ignore you on purpose. Aw, Amanda, you're so sweet. Hello, how are you? Okay, so I'm gonna get started. All we're gonna do, I've got my little doodads here, right? Let me just show you. Look at how long this strip of fabric is. That's how long the roll is, because I cut it vertically, right? It's dusty. It's been in my back room, okay? And then I just cut about that much. Where's my scissors? Where's my other scissors? My goodish scissors. I don't really have good scissors because I'm an irresponsible scissor owner. Don't tell the other crafters. Okay, I don't really have fabric scissors. Originally, these were my fabric scissors, and then I started using them to craft. I'm the worst when it comes to that. So I'm just cutting these about the same length, and then I cut them in half, just a little bit, give them a little snip and a tear. Okay, I love to do a snip and a tear because not only am I saving my scissors a little bit just from not using it so much, but The sound is so satisfying. Hello, Kelly. Well, welcome on in. Thanks for joining. I hope you like what you see. If you do, please subscribe. Here you go. Isn't that such a satisfying sound? Oh my goodness. Hello, Miss Bonnie. How are you? All right. And there we go. All right. Does anybody have anything fun going on this weekend? Tell me about your fun things you have going on. We have things going on. Not all of them are fun, but some of them are fun. We have a baby shower, which will be fun. Okay. I'm thinking, I don't really know if I want to tie these. I guess I could. I kind of made them short for tying. Let's see how it works tying. I might just scrunch and, no, I don't want to tie. I'm going to scrunch and glue. I'm going to do the scrunch and glue method. I don't know if you've ever heard of the scrunch and glue method. Hello. Let me see my eyeballs. Hello, Miss Ellen. How are you? Thanks for being here. All right. So I'm going to do the glue. Okay, so I guess it's the glue and scrunch. The glue and scrunch, because I'm gluing first and then I'm scrunching, okay? So I'm just going to glue it and scrunch it. And there we go. And it's that simple. Just a little glue and a scrunch. Okay, you could do this with kids. It would be so easy, especially if you are a dumpster diver like me and you score some fabric or something else. You could definitely do this with kids or nursing homes. Happy Friday, Rose. How are you? Oh, you caught me. Yes, you did, Carlene. I really should help y'all out and let you know when I'm going to be live. But every time I do that, something happens and I have to cancel my live or something. It's always just a something. But here's what I'll do. If you really want to know when I'm going to be live, I will send out an alert in my Telegram. I have a Telegram channel linked in my featured section on my page. If you join that Telegram, I will go ahead and send out an alert maybe like an hour before I'm going to go live. And that way, y'all will know that I'm coming on. Okay? I think that'd probably be the best. Because if I tell y'all that I'm going to be live next week on such and such day at such and such time, it never fails. It never fails. Something will happen. A tire will blow. An asteroid will come down and smash me. Something crazy. Something crazy and wild. So, oh, that bunch didn't stay. So I'll just put a little more glue and a little more bunch. A little more glue and a little more bunch. A little more glue and a little more bunch. Okay. Yes, I'm a little goofy, okay? I am fully rested, fully nourished. I made a post earlier about this. I've started eating more, okay? Not necessarily more calories, although I probably am eating more calories just because I'm eating more often. But I feel amazing. I feel amazing doing that. Plus, okay, I have to tell you, I've started drinking ginseng tea. And I get a tea bag in the morning and I put it in my coffee. It tastes like cow poop, okay? Cow poop tea. I don't care. I literally do not care. Because once you do that, if you want to renovate the whole neighborhood and take over the government in one day, you can. You get that much energy from doing that. So I'm just feeling so good with all the food I've been eating. Yes, Rose, every time, right? You get to celebrate your great-granddaughter's 7th birthday tomorrow. Aw, that's awesome. Glenda, good evening to you. So yeah, so I've got energy galore. I don't know if you can tell, for 8:15 at night Central. I'm still bebopping. I'm still bebopping. I could still go and clean my bathroom after this live probably, because I just have all of the energy and I'm bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and I feel great. And after being down for so long with my kidney situation, I am so just ecstatic to be feeling this good. So, and having all this energy. And I'm starting to wonder, because with ginseng, it stimulates your thyroid, or it supports your thyroid rather. And I'm wondering if I was unknowingly, unbeknownst to myself, having maybe some thyroid issues. I don't know. Where do I get it? I get it from the grocery store. I get it just like regular, nothing fancy. I have HEB here in Texas. So I go on down to the HEB, and it's HEB brand tea. So it's nothing fancy. It's not like all organic, you know, harvested from like the Garden of Eden. Nothing, just, you know, nothing crazy fancy. I just get the plain old, it's honey lemon ginseng. Okay, and that's probably more why it tastes so funny in my coffee, because probably because of the honey and the lemon in the tea. That's probably really what's making it taste bad. But that's the kind they sell. So that's the kind I get. And I'm not really sure why I decided to put it in my coffee. But maybe because I'm not like that great of a liquids drinker during the day. And so the first time I was going to have it, I was like, I'll just stick it in my tea, or stick it in my coffee, and, you know, take out 2 birds with 1 stone, and I'll just see what this does for me. And y'all, there were things that I've been wanting to tackle for like a month. They're more than a month, like 6 months to a year probably. That day it all got done. That day. You can't have tea, coffee, or soda. Poor Jan, I'm so sorry. This is why I don't talk to them doctors. Just kidding. I'm glad you do, because they are protecting you and your body. That's very important. I'm not really sure that ginseng has any caffeine in it, and I don't know that it's a diuretic. So if you're going to try it, definitely do your research, because when you say tea, it's kind of a loose term, right? Usually if you're talking about tea, you're talking about black tea or green tea or white tea, which comes from the same plant. But ginseng comes from a different plant, and we're just talking about the way we extract the juice, right? Like, I'm just drinking hot ginseng juice or soup or something. Where is it located in the store? Okay, so in my store, it's located next to like the coffees and the hot chocolate. They have like a whole like dry tea section. So definitely, like, if I'm not a doctor, right? I can't give you any medical advice, and I don't want to, but I'm just sitting over here thinking, like, this is the missing link. This is what I've been missing my whole life. And my daughter told my family, she was like, my mom started taking some Ozempic tea. Because it gives you so much energy, you never stop moving, and it like stimulates your thyroid. So of course it's going to make you start, you know, losing a little weight if that's been your problem or whatever. But they were like, what? She's doing what? It's not really Ozempic, it's just ginseng. Ginseng has been used for centuries, I want to say. I don't really know the history, but I feel like it's been around for longer than me. So people are going outside. I have I feel like I have haunted house doors because the doors here sound like they belong in a haunted house. Like they creak like nobody's business. They make, like I could record the sound and sell that sound to like sound effect people. Yes, you could definitely find it at a health store. You could. And it's probably going to be even better quality than what I'm getting just down at the H-E-B for $3.98, right? You could probably find one that's like all organic and like harvested from the mountains of Sinai. I don't know. But, you know, like it's something fancy. You could probably find it way fancier, even online. So I was telling my friend about it, and she was like, oh yeah, my dad used to give me just like the shots. Apparently they sell like concentrated shots on the internet, where you can just buy it concentrated. And she said that when she was, you know, younger, she would have trouble focusing, and so her dad would give her the concentrated ginseng shots, which, I mean, if your kid has ADHD, you know, sometimes you'll give them coffee and stuff to like make them focus a little bit. And she said that she took that every day as a kid. So I'm like, well, if it's safe for her, then it's probably safe for me. I don't know. That's probably bad logic. Very bad logic. Definitely not doctor logic. Don't take that advice at all. But it's good stuff. It's good stuff. Look at how that's coming along. I think that's looking so cute. And you can trim these or do whatever you want with them to make them all just fancy Nancy in your eyes. I'm just trying to make sure that I get the embroidery right side out rather than having the stitching exposed on that embroidery. But anyways, yeah. So I've gotten lots of things clean. You know, most people, I'm going to say most people, okay, and don't judge me, but for the longest time, I have had a closed couch, right? The couch in my room that holds my laundry. Now it's just a couch. It has no laundry on it. Praise God. I've had the energy and the focus to put away my laundry, to get through that life-altering task of putting away my laundry. You know, it's funny, some things that are super easy for some people, others struggle with it. And it's taken me a lot of years to understand that, you know, just because something's easy for me does not mean that it's going to be easy for somebody else. Well, laundry has always been one of those things that I've struggled with. And now all of a sudden it's easy. So, and I can thank ginseng for that. I'm like a ginseng commercial right now. Sorry, guys. I get no kickbacks from H-E-B for that. Oh, gosh. Anywho. So I am supposed to be doing lives. I promised everybody that I would be doing lives on YouTube for Canuary. And if you don't know what Canuary is, it is where you do a lot of canning during the month of January. And I have gotten to do a total of 2 canning lives over on YouTube this month. And let me tell you what has happened now. Let me tell you, well, first, my daughter had surgery, so that like put me out of the game for a bit. But now, my hood vent in my kitchen from 1979 has decided to go out of service. Like long-term out of service, goodbye, sayonara, no more in the Waldrop residence. It's a goner. I was literally in the kitchen. It popped the breaker. And then when we tried to turn the breaker back on, it shot sparks at me. I saw my life flash before my eyes, and then it did it again. And it was off, like the vent was off. But just having any power go to it made it shoot fire. And so, of course, my husband was out of town when this happened. Every time. So we just had to leave that breaker off until he got home. And he came home and pronounced it had gone on to hood vent heaven. And yeah, hello, crafting with, oh gosh, my eyeballs, crafting with Shelly Designs. Hello, Miss Mary. Yes, oh my gosh. So my hood vent is gone. And then my husband tells me last night, he's like, well, did you realize that the glass top on your electric stove is cracked? No, I did not realize that, sir. Thank you. Yeah, it's cracked, y'all. So not only do I need a new hood vent, but I need a new stove. I just need an entire kitchen renovation. My kitchen, if y'all have ever been on a kitchen live with me, y'all know it's atrocious. It's absolutely atrocious. And I was just going to take a sander to it and paint, you know, sand my cupboards and paint. It's not going to help. It's not going to help. It needs all the love and the light from the Lord. Like, I just don't know what to do in there. And so I've consulted the ChatGPT, and Chat has come up with some fantastic ideas for me. But now it just comes down to finances, right? Always with that ugly word that I just do not like. It's always the money, the moolah. And, okay, I've got a pen here that I can use. Maybe, oh, no, that's not how you use it. How do you use this contraption? Okay, I'm just gonna draw around this best I can. I don't think it's making a single mark. Okay, kind of is. I just needed to mark it. Okay, there we go. It worked. So now I need a hood vent and a stove and some sanity. So if you are in a surplus of sanity, I would appreciate if you could send some my way. Send me some sanity, por favor. That is what I am needing in my life. But it'll be fine. You know, I know the Lord always provides, and we can probably, we are DIY people, right? We DIY all the things. My husband's been DIYing since before DIY was popular. And that's what happens when you grow up poor. You just grow up doing it, and that's just your way of life. So we're going to DIY some stuff. I might be dumpster diving some things to get myself some new cabinets. I don't know what I'm doing yet. I don't know. I'm just waiting for the Lord to provide. Just have somebody who's, you know, got the money and they're redoing their kitchen for the second time in 2 years. Have them put their cabinets on the side of the road and I'll just come pick them up. You know, that is what I'm needing. Okay, so that is just adorable. Look at that. Oh my goodness. It says the Cotton Foot & Co. crafted with care since 1892. That is about how old I think this house is. Just kidding. But no, it's 1979. Okay, if you were born around that time, I apologize for insulting you just now. But in cabinet years, that is old, okay? Cabinets need updated more often. Cabinet years. All right, so now let's see. Do we want to do it this way? No, it goes that way. It goes the other way. We're just gonna have to push really hard to get this in there. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Y'all, I'm not even gonna have time to do that other one, I don't think. I won't have time to do the whole thing. Maybe we can at least work on the center. But first, I wanna get this one completely done and cutesied up. So let's get to cutesying. All right, I've got this little doodad and I've got some ink here, just some dollar store ink. I didn't mix myself up any coffee paste for tonight's live, but I have a recipe for coffee paste that works very similar to the oxide inks. And you know what, I think I'm gonna use some wax though. Let's use some wax instead of my Dollar Tree ink there. Oh, advertise, yes. You know, I'm gonna have to see if anyone's throwing out their cabinetry. They'll probably think I'm insane, but that's all right. Nothing new here. Yeah, sorry, Miss Bonnie. Sorry about that. Cabinets have, you know, cabinets age like, you know how dog years is like 7 to 1. I think cabinet years are like 10 to 1. They age not as gracefully as you beautiful ladies watching. My poor cabinets just really need the love. They're really needing that love. All right, let's just put a little bit of this in here with our bunny. Give him some good love in there with that ink. Or I mean that antiquing wax. This is just a Waverly antiquing wax that I'm using here to kind of distress it and give it the good grungies. I love the good grungies, don't y'all? Loving the grungies. Oh gosh, y'all don't get quiet on me now. Oh. All right. That's how it's looking after that, after we did our grungifying with our antique wax. See, I've got some coffee grunge here, and I think I just want to do some in here on my little label there. I think that's going to be so darling with the coffee grunge added in there to just give it a little bit more. Yeah, just stain it up a good bit. Give it that coloring. Give it that good sunflower center type color. But you'll still get the bunny and the label and everything, and I think that'll be just darling. That'll be so cute as a bowl filler, or you could put this on, oh gosh, what's it called? Arabella. I'm gonna have her hand me one of these doodads. One of those, will you hand me that white jar right there on the shelf? Be very careful getting it down. Yeah. There we go. Okay. So if you have, yes, hutches. Yes. Oh my goodness. Okay. So if you have a little something like this, look at how darling that is. Oh my goodness gracious. It's cute as pie. Thick wood shelving. Yes, that's what I want. I really want open concept, but I do want to put like at least one hutch in there as a cupboard. I've got all my jars of herbs and things that I do for my herbalism and my apothecary, and I just really want something, you know, kind of cutesy, like southern cutesy with the herbs and things. No, I would not, Jan. I would not. I've been living in this house for a long. It's just because I like cutesy, all right? And if I had an 1865 stove, I might actually like that. I might actually like that. I've been looking at the ones, the gas ones, the gas stoves. I think they're from like the 1920s though, or so. And then some old like wood burning stoves and things. Oh gosh, I just think those are just gorgeous, gorgeous. What about Marketplace? I have been looking on Marketplace. Thank you. TLC guest, what is your name, ma'am? I would love to know your real name out here in the Facebook land. All right, but I'm thinking, what if we put a little bow at the bottom? I don't think people usually put bows on flowers, but we're rebels, right? We can put bows where we want to put bows. Or even just like scraggly little somethings. Okay, so if I did like this, and I did like this under it, and having some things come out, yeah, that would be all the cuteness. So let's go ahead. I'm not going to do an actual bow. I'm just going to do some messy little something on the underside of this one. I've got 6 minutes, so I have time to zhuzh. Tiffany, welcome. Thank you. Aw, thanks, y'all. Oh, goodness. So, anyways, y'all pray for me and my hunt of goodies, and y'all pray for my husband, because he's the one that's going to be dealing with an indecisive Miss Someone over here who likes something on Pinterest, but then it doesn't look just the same in her house, and so it's going to be a whole situation. I just know it. Oh, estate sales, yes. Okay, so I see estate sales come across all the time. The only issue, and this is a big issue, is that I don't ever have time to actually go to an estate sale. If they could do an online estate sale and I could just like Venmo or Cash App somebody and then swing by and pick it up maybe, or even have them deliver it, that would be like optimal situation for me in my life. But you know, things are wild around here right now. Things are wild with these kids and their homeschooling and their activities and oh my gosh, it's so cute. You could even go all the way around, I feel like, with this little razzle dazzle craziness here with our raffia. But I just think that looks so cute. But I actually put it on the wrong spot on there. I'm gonna have to pull it off. Let me see. The bunny, I put it over here. The bunny, it goes like this is the bottom. Of course. Let's see here. I can just stick it over here. It wasn't set up yet. I'll just move it on over. There we go. Look at that. So cute. So yes, I have had to sacrifice a little bit of my my yard sailing and my my antiquing here recently, because my kids are in everything, and then when they don't have things, we have birthday parties and we have baby showers and we have, you know, just friend support and things, and it just so many hours in a day. And then today, you know, I was talking to my oldest daughter. I was like, you know, I really think that I should host a weekly park day for the homeschool community. And she was like, what are you talking about? Like, when is the school actually, like, the schoolwork going to get done if y'all are constantly going? Like, that is a very good point. Very good point. Okay. So now it's centered under the bunny. That is much cuter with it under the bunny. So, anywho, let's see, we've got 2 minutes left. I think I can go ahead and jump off. The next presenter should be up. I believe the last and final presenter of the day. I don't remember who's up next, but if you go back into Craft Around the Clock, you're gonna see, and just refresh your screen, and she will be there with all of her amazingness and cutesy bagootsy things to share with y'all. I hope you guys enjoyed my live today. I hope you guys will like and subscribe and do all the things on all the platforms. I have an account on everything, so please do go and look me up, and I will see y'all again soon. Thank you for being here, and thank you again for making a homemade home with me today. I will see y'all soon. Good night, y'all.